projection, 'cause it's time to wake people up. Right here, right now.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Horry Sheet Show's Weekly Digest, Episode 7. I've got some interesting things to share with you on this week's episode, so let's get to it. Now, this one was a good one. Brother Sanchez talked about Rahu, Ketu, and the ancient cosmologies in a video titled Eclipses and Occult Secrets, Rahu, Ketu, Ancient Symbolism, and Sacred Geometry Explained. This aired on the Brother Sanchez live channel, and it's something that I think flat earthers need to really be more aware of. We don't truly know what eclipses are, and the mainstream definition of it is completely ridiculous. Check it out, links will be down below.
Hey, welcome back everybody. I got a very special show for you today. Something I've been wanting to do for the longest. This is when I'm at my best. Shows like today, I'm gonna pretty much be going over a lot of what made me famous. Ancient symbolism, sacred geometry, the cosmic mother. Let's talk about this stuff. Let's talk about the North Pole, and let me get a flat power. I don't even know where to begin. What I will say about today's show is that I'm going to be here as long as I need to drive these concepts home. And I'm also going to be opening up the panel when I'm done. I'm going to try to be quick as possible without being redundant. So I'm going to need you guys to pay attention. We're going to be dealing with the moon. We're going to be dealing with eclipses, what's called the black hole sun and its symbolism, and how and why it's being hidden. It's a few of my beliefs about this black hole sun and also why it's important.
Next up, Karlee Sunchine did a great video explaining what exactly Fepe is, what he stands for, a little bit about how he came to be, and even where the inspiration for his looks came from. If you have some strange grudge against this chocolate milk mustache-stained, starry-eyed penguin of truth, then go watch her video so you can get that stick out of your ass about it and stop slowing down the flat earth movement, okay? Alright then, thanks Karlee, you really made the video that I wanted to make, but simply didn't have the time to do it. Here's a piece of it to chew on, folks. The link will be down below.
I've heard people saying that this penguin is ugly. I've heard people saying that it's silly, that it's nonsense, that it's divisive, it's distracting, and it's none of those things if you would just take the time to research and find out what it really stands for, and how about 6,000 people or more in a certain group are utilizing this symbol in a positive way. And it's encouraging, it's motivating. Flat earth people everywhere. What's so bad about that?
And how about this? A great channel on YouTube called Celebrate Truth popped up with an awesome 24/7 flat earth live stream with a heavy emphasis on biblical knowledge and flat earth scripture and cosmology. And for what I could tell, it had a lot of great videos cycling through it, and it was safe to ask questions in the chat if you're new. Check it out. He's doing great things for the flat earth movement. For example, if you haven't checked it out yet, check out Scientism Exposed. It's a great documentary that will really blow your mind. It's something to share with anyone. I mean, it's that good. The link will be down below. Alright people, I've got a little bone to pick with some of you guys that are supposed to be waking up. Take a look at this video. It's supposed to be anonymous, making a message pertaining to the flat earth to everybody, but it's not a new video. It's been circulating on the web for a long time, and you need to ask yourself, okay, who is anonymous? And did this video actually come from Anonymous or some other fake anonymous website?
A seemingly crazy group of people called Flat Earthers have been growing in large quantities. I assure you that there is a reason for this. If the Flat Earth theory did not have any merit, it would not have lasted more than a month on the web. Now, evidence for the flat and motionless Earth seems to pop up every day, along with more people waking up to the facts, and not the pseudoscience that we've all been force-fed our whole lives.
I did some tracking down, and it looks like the original video has been removed by the user. The oldest one I could find dated back to October 17th of 2016. I know how easy it is to make a video like this. Do you want me to make something like this on my next show to prove what I'm talking about here?
Excuse me everyone. Sorry to interrupt the Horry Sheet Show, but I had to explain this one important thing for all of humanity in the generations to come. Even though we did not put out the Flat Earth video you just watched, we do believe in the Flat Earth and stand behind the movement in secrecy. We have been closely watching the governments of the world consolidate power, and they have rapidly started to dismantle the home and family life of us all. We need to stand together and show them that we're not taking their bull. Oh. How did it censor me? Guys, I think maybe we underestimated the Horry Sheet Show. Let's break connection. Flat power guys. Keep up the good work, Horry. Okay, come on. Get us off the air. Hurry up, goddamn. Get us offline before the Fepe army comes for us.
So, I mean, look, you know, the best thing I can tell you is, mark my words, you need to watch what you trust, and this anonymous video circulating on the web is a huge turnoff to intelligent people. So be careful who you turn off the flat earth to, okay? We need the truth to get out, and we don't need to push it further under the rug with videos like this, okay? So stick to hard, solid proofs, and probably the NASA fakery too, because I know that helps. Seriously, people, I really should make one of those videos one day and show you how easy it is. Also, for all of you that want to believe that satellites are orbiting the Earth, well, you're going to have to figure out a way to explain this. This was a satellite that fell down in Brazil, and what you see, that white stuff there, that's shredded balloon that came down with it. And I was having a conversation with some guys this weekend. I was dropping the Flat Earth Truth Bomb, and basically at some point I asked them, go ahead and try to, you know, Google some pictures of satellites in the sky, and when one of you finds a real picture, let me know. So the three guys around the age of 20 all tried to do this with their smartphones with lightning speed. All of them kept saying, nope, nope, this one's fake, this one's fake, nope, all three of these are fake, oh, nope, these are all fake. And they didn't even realize what I was asking them to do yet. But suffice to say, nobody could actually find one that looked real. And I simply smiled and said, point proven, satellites are fake. And then one goes, wait, but they launch them into space all the time. And I asked him, well, how? Do you know how? And he thought for a minute. He was like, well, yeah. No. So I told him about the videos that are popping up with these satellites being launched with forklifts and big machines. I also pointed out the moon and told them that you can look and see stars through it at night with a telescope. You can see through it in the daytime. I even showed him the clouds while the sun was going down and showed him how they could be lit from the underneath and why that's happening via atmospheric lensing. I felt all of this in the atmosphere was present for a reason. I mean, this is the time for the awakening, and we need to start talking about this stuff to more people. Let's get people thinking. All right, moving on. Oh, here you go. Talk about space junk. So get this. Russia is set to launch an artificial object that they're calling a Russian CubeSat into the sky. And it's supposed to be almost as bright as the moon based on a light score. This has some astronomers worried that it will give them a little trouble studying the night sky. This coming from FoxNews.com too. It's actually going to be launched by some students who raised more than $30,000 on a crowdfunding website. They want to show that space can be accessible for relatively cheap, and they will be testing some kind of aerodynamic braking device with it as well, whatever that means. It's going to consist of only a power source, control system, and solar reflectors, I guess to shine bright for apparently no damn reason at all. And it will be about 8 pounds. So this is going to be, it's going to go high enough that everyone in the US is going to be able to see it, they say. What do you think about this? Load of crap or legit science project? Let me know in the comments below. The link to the article will be down there too. Next up, ODD did a great job bringing to our attention some of the space propaganda in our music, our games, our movies, and all that stuff that we've been fed on the TV. Have a quick listen and check it out. It's a quick 13-minute video, and the link will be down below.
I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again.
I haven't seen anything that indicates the telemetry data is even in existence, and as I said, even if we had it, we don't have the machines to play it back.
Unfortunately, I'm afraid I can't really give you much of a clue as to where this data ended up and whether it still exists or not.
Alright guys, DITRH's GoFundMe page for the Billboard needs some more love. I'd like everyone to visit the link below in the video description and donate whatever you can to help get this ODD YouTube video Billboard up. It's going to be advertising a video, A Stranger's Guide to Flat Earth 21 Questions by ODD, and if you haven't watched it yet, go check that video out. It will be great to lead people to an awesome video rather than just have them attempt to research Flat Earth on their own. He still needs quite a bit of funding to get it going, and the final location's not set yet, but he's been doing a lot of research into just where it should go, and the GoFundMe page details out his plans to get the best deal for the amount that he did raise. And it's all there on the front page. Go ahead and check it out. The link's down below. Show him your support. He's been doing amazing work for the Flat Earth community for years now. Let's get that Billboard funded. Oh yeah, and for the Fepe fans, check out this blog, tipofthebeak.blogspot.com. It's absolutely filled with Fepe memes and some thought-provoking flat earth facts. Thanks to DITRH for bringing this to my attention. I don't know how I missed it. Check out the link down below. Next up, ODD films the flat earth party they attended with Flat Earth on his trip around the US. It looks to be a pretty good gathering, and it really shows you that the flat earth is growing and the community is really coming together and starting to interact with one another. Check it out. The full 7.5-minute video link can be found down below. And thanks goes out to Paul on the plane for uploading a video of his talk with Iron Realm Media. This looks to be a pretty nice podcast for getting the truth out, and I want to read their channel promo text real quick, okay? They say, 2017 is the year of truth. We are awake. We are aware. We are not alone. We are striving for more information, more knowledge, more freedom, more iron. Iron Realm Media. Find more. Iron Realm Media is basically a diverse group from all walks of life that are here to help you question everything, so to speak. I'd like everyone to go ahead and show them some love. Check out their weekly show on Fridays. Their Flat Earth Friday Fringe Cast goes live at 10 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time. Paul talked about his transatlantic flight that he had on his wonderful Flat Earth trip, and he said that he's got some interesting compass readings from it. So here's a clip from that show, and a link to it is going to be down below.
Yeah, I've got I believe screen sharing is on, so I don't know if there's
all right, let's see what you got, my friend.
Click on your end and let me know when you can see my screen.
We're seeing your screen for sure.
Yep, we're good.
Okay, great. So, yeah, I just got a series of pictures here that we can just kind of walk through real quickly. So, what I did, you know, this phone is obviously the iPhone bubble level app, so I also would use it, you know, when I got on the flight, I put it on the floor of the plane and would calibrate it and kind of do the same test just as kind of a control. The phone would not be off because I was using it during the flight. So don't think it was as good of an experiment, excuse me, because, you know, the phone has an opportunity, I think, when it's on to reorient itself. If, you know, I think we take away more excuses, if you will, if we shut the phone down and boot it up and see if it remembers, what we proved through the pre-flight experiments that it does remember.
Oh yeah, and I wanted to mention that Nathan Oaklee and Karlee Sunchine will actually be doing a live stream this 4th of July. That should be a fun one to listen to because I really like those two flat earth personalities coming together. I'm really excited to see them in the same show. The link will be down below. Next up, Mark Sargent spoke with the Denver Post recently. Catch his podcast where Mark begins explaining how he sees the world and how he got started on his flat earth journey. He shares his story on how he actually started putting out the information and began to receive emails from all kinds of subject matter experts. It sounds like it all happened pretty organically for Mark, and he even had his clues turned into a book. Here's a quick clip from that one, and the link will be down below.
And it was intriguing because with the first one I saw, and there was not a lot out there in 2014, the first one I saw was by a German guy. And he was talking about how the flight routes in the southern hemisphere don't make any sense. He done a lot of work down the southern hemisphere, and he said that when you're going from anywhere below the equator to somewhere else below the equator, like South America to Africa or Africa to Australia, or take your pick, he goes, the routes are all over the place. He goes, and there's almost no non-stops. You know, there's hundreds and hundreds of flights a day, but there's only like a handful of non-stops from anywhere. I mean, total. And he goes, all the connections always go north. They go far, far north, way out of their way, and then come back down. And he goes, none of this makes sense unless you're looking at it from a flat map. You know, the old azimuthal equidistant map.
Another interesting podcast popped up this week from the Awakening Liberty channel with Sean Carone. They aired their episode from truthfrequencyradio.com titled The Plain Truth, Deprogramming the Lies with Zen Garcia and his co-host Kathy Dunson. What they talked about was things like fallen angels, NASA, Planet X or Nibiru, and even Flat Earth and the known potential cosmologies of our world. It sounded very well put together. It was a very structured show, totally worth a listen. I've not heard much from Zen Garcia and Kathy yet because I'm still making my rounds and checking out everyone so I can really make accurate reports. But from what I've seen so far of this podcast, it's worth sharing. Here's a small clip from the show, and you can find the source links to it down below. I'm also going to link to Zen Garcia's channel down there and Tribulation Now, which may be Kathy's channel too. So check them all out.
Absolutely. You know, and vaccines, you know, we talked about a lot about that when I was on the show with you guys. And it was it's important that people understand what's going on with vaccines, because I think it's all inclusive when it comes to the whole New World Order agenda, when it comes to even things like flat Earth, the deceptions and the indoctrination, because I just had a conversation with somebody the other day who had no idea about Dr. William Thompson, the CDC whistleblower. They had no idea about everybody else who's come forward. They had no idea what the NVICP was. They had no idea they were spending $3.2 billion worth of awards for damages from vaccines. Exactly. Absolutely clueless.
The World History Official channel that I showed you in the last episode has made another nice video talking about the eclipses and how there have been eclipses of the moon while both the sun and moon are above the horizon. If you didn't know already, a lunar eclipse requires the sun to be on the opposite side of a globular Earth in order for the Earth to cast its shadow on the moon. So how is it possible for the sun to be casting Earth's shadow on the moon when the moon and sun are both above the horizon and in the sky at the same time? Well, that's one of the many mysteries that flat earthers are trying to solve, while the heliocentric model just kind of brushes that away with a completely ridiculous explanation that's easily proven to be false. The video showcases some of Samuel Rowbotham's quotes from Zetetic Astronomy, Earth Not a Globe, William Carpenter's quotes from 100 Proofs the Earth is Not a Globe, and even Gerard Hickson's quotes from Kings Dethroned. Check it out. The information from these quotes alone make me want to read the book so I can really get a better understanding of these eclipses and how the ancient civilizations used to predict them. Go brush up on this, okay? I really think we're getting closer to solving this one, and if you haven't already, go check out the Globebusters episode where they talked about Rahu and Ketu in more detail. I should have it in one of my other Flat Earth Digest videos with source links down below. And as usual, the link to this video from the World History Official YouTube channel will be down below as well. Have a quick listen.
Hi. Meet me again on this awesome channel, World History Official. In this video, I will talk about eclipses. This is the truth, please be open-minded. Before I start it, don't forget to subscribe my channel if you enjoy. Don't forget to share this information to your family, your friend and everyone. So, here we go. Many people think that modern astronomy's ability to accurately predict lunar and solar eclipses is a result and proof positive of the heliocentric theory of the universe. The fact of the matter, however, is that eclipses have been accurately predicted by cultures worldwide for thousands of years before the heliocentric ball Earth was even a glimmer in Copernicus' imagination. Ptolemy in the 1st century AD accurately predicted eclipses for 600 years on the basis of a flat, stationary Earth with equal precision as anyone living today.
Now, one of the hardest things for me to wrap my head around has to be the southern star trails on the flat Earth model and why they may appear to be rotating the opposite way versus the northern hemisphere star trails. And flat earthers have been teased quite a bit with videos claiming to explain this. However, we may be onto something with Jaren's latest discovery. He also touches on some debunking videos and explains how the people attempting to make debunking videos have chosen to build straw man arguments to prove their points. And, you know, this is evident when you hear them claim that flat earthers have settled for one particular model and how it just can't be right. When in reality, we're not 100% sure what's going on. But I've got news for you. We know that we're not a bunch of sophisticated monkey men spinning on a giant piece of space dust at breakneck speeds, all right? Anyway, have a listen to this, to the first part of this video, and the link to it will, of course, be down below.
In this case, Curious J from YouTube showed me what he had bought, which was a dome-style, half-dome magnifying glass. I put some links down in the description if you wanted to take a look at some of them on Amazon. After you see what they're showing, I think you'll want to get one. They're fun to play with, and then I also put a couple links to some lasers. Mix those two things together, and it is fun, 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 till Daddy took the T-Bird away. We're taking these dome pieces, and we're holding them up against a circling star pattern, and we're looking at Polaris and the northern stars. And if you look, and we start to kind of peer through the edge of that dome piece, we see another point of rotation. And guess what? It rotates the other direction. The only weird thing about it is it doesn't have a point that those stars are going around. But do the southern stars have a point that they go around? Nope.
Oh, and if you haven't come across this one on your Facebook feed yet, well, here it is. The Japanese space agency JAXA wants to have its chance at a quote-unquote historic achievement by sending a man to the moon by the year 2030. This will supposedly be made possible by NASA's plans to build a space station to orbit the moon, which is said to be completed by 2025. What I found most interesting about this is that Coast to Coast AM picked this article up. That article, as well as the supposed sources, will be in the source links below. And this one just came in right at the nick of time. It looks like Jaren from the Jarenism YouTube channel hosted a live discussion about the video that he just put out about the southern star trails and the dome-shaped magnifier. And he showed yet another interesting thing that you just need to check out for yourself, okay? The link to that video will also be down below, and trust me, go watch it. This is brand new stuff developing, and you either want to be ahead of the imaginary curve or right there at the tip of the beak, depending on which camp you may be in. Well guys, that's about it for Flat Earth content. In other news, I wanted to let you know that my Fiverr and work at home advice video number 3 will be coming out within the next few days. If you watch my next video, you'll be one step closer to working for yourself. And I wanted to let everyone know that I've made some changes in my life recently, and although I'll still be able to research a heck of a lot of Flat Earth content, I may need some help covering it all. So please, if you think I missed something good, or maybe you have some Flat Earth related something that you created or found and you'd like to show it here on the show, then please email it to me at HorrySheetProductions@gmail.com. If it's worth putting on the show and you were the first to get it to me, I'll be happy to do a custom shout out for you and you know, put your channel link in the description below or whatever you want. I'd like this show to be a team effort whenever possible, because that's what Flat Earth is really all about anyway, and this will help me cover the best Flat Earth content to really help people save some time. I'm here to wake people up. Who's with me?
Flat, get fired up. Told me it was flat, flat, flat. You told me it was flat, flat, flat. You told me it was flat. It was flat. Earth get fired up, earth get fired up, earth get fired up, earth. Earth get fired up, earth get fired up, earth get fired up, earth. Earth, 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 earth. Earth is good for you. Well, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it, you. You can do it, you can do it, you can do it, you. You can do it, you can do it, you say I can.